Yes. Right click, run as Java application. You can close that unwanted file so that you can get the month dot yes, yes. Just close it. Yeah, so that you can have that class file. Yeah. Now you can see the Range Rover cost and period. Right.
Yes.
So it is you are creating an object of Range Rover class, right? Can you show the Range Rover class? Let me check how you defined.
Yes.
Okay, you have created a one function known as an AP
Yes, sir.
class and you have written some basic information. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Uh, okay, you have mentioned the price in that is also in system.out.println, right? What if you
Yes.
want to declare that price in some integer variables? So how you can declare and access that?
We can write int
Yeah, just
and then
do it.
write
Let
in.
me show. Okay, do it.
Uh, should I write?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay. So write it over here. Int and I would give it would give a
Any variable.
p.
Mm-hmm.
Then I could write price
Hmm.
1.05 like this.
Okay, just take the entire count. Don't take a float. Take some amount.
Okay.
It's maybe a
Like
10 lakh,
writing
1 CR.
rupees like this.
Not rupees, entire amount. Like in 1 CR, how many rupees, how many zero we have? It's around 9, na? So make a 1,
Yes.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's all. Now, how you access this integer number like this into the main class?
In the main class. Yes.
Yeah, save this file
Um,
first. Yes. Now, how you access that variable? Basically.
yes. Over here.
Hmm?
So I'll then I just a minute.
Mhm. It's a D.
I didn't D. Yes. So I'll write R dot
Okay, run it.
showing. Just a minute. It's not working.
Save the file first. Okay, unsave. That's why it's giving error.
Yes.
Still, it is giving.
It's a yes, sir.
Wait, let's go into that class. Let's check that.
D only it is.
Okay, maybe okay. There is a problem. Let's take some small counts. Let's take a thousands and something. Okay. Now save this file and check it. Save that file range row first.
Yes.
Save. Now still it is giving.
Yes, sir.
How is that
I'll
possible? Range.du. What is
yes.
the variable name? Just check it.
It is
Control Z. Mm-hmm.
is the variable name is D only.
You only.
Nothing else.
Okay, okay, okay. No, no, no. You are written correctly. See, but where you have declared that D within a function, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that should not accessible directly, na? It is in the function, inside the function. So you can write
So
that
it has
things
to be inside
outside
the
the function.
function.
Yes, yes, of course, na? Until and unless you call that AP, it not get executed. Yeah. Now you can write once here, not a problem. Okay. Just run it. Just change that price to one. Okay, you unsave file, it will give some like say the before. Doesn't matter. Okay, right? Just
16,000.
change it to 1 CR. Let me check whether it is accepting that number or not. Add six more zeros. Yeah. Save this. Control S. Now go here. Run this file. Right click. Run the Java application. Accepting.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let's go and add some more zeros. Let me check something. Add three more
One
zeros.
more.
Huh.
It's showing error.
Okay. Now what is error? Just check it. Take the cursor on that red lines that given. Right?
Double.
Yeah. So that's things I wanted to show you
Range.
because every data type has some its range. Okay. But just
Yes.
assume that if you are developing some banking application and you are billionaires, so that software is not going to work, right?
So
Then
can
how
I
we
type double over here?
double or there is a long, you can just mention it long. Let's check whether it is accepting. Integer, remove that integer long, long. Still not accepting.
Yes, it's showing error.
Okay.
Yes.
Just write a double. Yes, double.
Yes,
Okay.
it's showing error.
Okay, let's me write integer only first. Write integer only. And keep on reducing 0 by 1. Let's check what it is written. 0. Okay. It is accepting this. Okay, now make it as a long.
Till nine.
Yeah, make it as a long. Long. And add one more 0 here. Let's check.
Still
Okay,
nine.
the both are the same. Doesn't matter. Okay, there may something a formatting we need to do so that it will accept that we have done the we are getting same problem in like very earliest stage. That is also some kind of special type that we can find out. Okay, now you got the how to access variable and the function within a main class.
Yes, sir.
Remove that 0. So we are trialing error some doing trial and error. Fine, you got it. Brahmajot, have you done?
Yes, sir. Can I
Okay,
show you
just
something?
yeah, just show it. Let me check functions and variables.
Yes.
Okay, it is your main class, right?
Yes.
Okay. Run as Java application.
Backslash. I've done one more card, so I will range.
Equal to new for profit. Object function brackets.
What? Yes.
Brackets. Sum. Yeah. Now f dot. What's the function name? Just check it.
Yes.
Guys. The for class is unsaved. You need to save that file first.
Yes.
F dot price. Yeah. Fine. Control S. Control S. Save both the files.
Control space enter.
Mhm. What you are writing here?
Yes.
You have called the function. Na? Then okay. Is there any variable? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then there is no need to write a double quote no? Because
Yes.
double quote it's considered as a string. So don't write double quote. Just write object name and variable names. That is
It's what?
AVG or what it is. AVR. Save this file, Control S. Okay, fine. F.avr, na? You have written P, I think. Yeah. So that means trying to find that AVR into that P files. Okay, now just save it, Control S. All it are gone. Okay, now run this file now. Right click, run as a Java application. So you can have this price of this and this. Perfect.
Yes.
Cool. So you now understood how to create a class, how to create an object, and call variable and functions. Fine. Let's stop now. Let me present my screen. See, before we have just started a class and object because we already used that concept of class. So that's why I've taken simple class objects. But this you understood now. There is a main class is there, right? Like this.
Yes.
Is a main class, and there are many simple classes. Class is basically a collection of variables and functions, right? That is the thing only we have. These are the simple variables, and these are the simple functions. Okay. And for creating object, this is the syntax of creating object, and this is the variable call, right? Okay, so before going to the next concept into about a class and objects, or that next concept will be the inheritance. Yesterday, I have already sent you the list. But before that, I want to complete this function topic because every time we need this function and function. Okay. Because if we see this, we understood about the class, we understood about the variables, even we understood about the functions, but we'll cover all the things related to the function. Means type of function, a print type, a return type, everything. So that there will be a no question about a function. Because at the end, everything will be the class and the class having a variable and function. Okay. So let's complete the function topic today. You already have a syntax, but still type also we are going to check. So you know the function, right? If I ask you about a function, how you define the functions? What do you mean by functions? How you define functions in terms of programming? Why we need a function? What is the role of function?
To it is a set of a block to perform which is used to perform a specific task.
Perfect. What is the use of that? Features of functions. What feature it provide? Means we can reuse the code with the help of functions. Okay, I mean, you can make a reuse of the code. Okay, now basically there are two types of function. One is a user-defined function. Second is a built-in functions. So we have seen some built-in functions. The identity of the function is the round brackets. Okay? Whenever you will see this round brackets, so consider that it is a function itself. Okay, it's a functions. Fine. So we have seen the function, right? This is also the one kind of functions. Okay. So I will talk about some built-in function. Which built-in function have you seen up to now? Can you just list me out? What is your observation? Like, what do you think? Which are the built-in function that we have used till now? Is there any function that we have used? Can you
Standard
able
errors.
to find out?
Sir, the error which makes the sentence red in color.
That is not a function actually. Okay. See, I told you the function identity is what? Round brackets.
Round brackets.
Okay,
Yes.
RR is not comes with the round brackets, so that is not a functions. Is there anything we have seen? Yeah, we have done the program as well.
Scanner. So the string.
String is not a function. Okay, fine. So let me see. Println is what function? Why?
Function.
It comes with the round
Because it
brackets.
has the yes,
Exactly.
because
And some function we have seen while taking input from users, right?
scanner is
Scanner is a class, okay, that is not a function. But for accepting a value, we need to call a specific function while accepting integer, while accepting what numbers. See, next int is what? It is a function, right? Next is also functions. Okay. If you want to verify it whether it is a function or not, just highlight it and press F3. So you'll redirect it to these things. So now you can observe it is what a function because functions come with a round bracket. Okay. So we have seen some built-in functions. Now we'll focus on user-defined. Which are the built-in function? A print is a built-in functions, right? Then next is a built-in functions. Next int also is a built-in function. Next float, next double. These are all are the built-in function. Even though we up in further we are still going to see the string function as well that we are going to see. Now we'll focus on user-defined functions. So user-defined functions categorized into two parts. Okay. The first part will be a you can consider that simple functions and the parameterized functions. Okay. Some function are very simple, some function are parameterized. So let me write simple one, or you can it is also called as a non-parameters. Okay, I mentioned the non-param. There is no parameter is passed. Second type is a parameterized function. I will write shortcut as a param function. Okay. But from this, there are two special kind of things should happen in the functions. Some functions, print some things, and some function return. Okay. So in Python also we have done this, but in Java there is a special things because in Python either you can return or either you can print. That is an optional things. But in Java it is not an optional. Okay, there is a specification. See, the normal function up to now, whatever we have seen, that all functional comes with a wide data types. Okay, if you have a wide type or before the function name, then that function always a print. Okay, because wide is an empty data type that doesn't return anything. So it always a print. But if the function is other than wide, for example, integer, float, string, anything, that function always return. Okay, that's why if you observe that type of function is what? Integer. And that's why it is not printing, it is returning something. Okay. In Java, it's very specified and the strictly things that happen. Okay. In other languages, it may get work sometime, but Java won't work. It need very clear message. Like if you're using wide, then you can print, don't return. Okay. Though you're trying to forcefully return in the wide function, it always give the errors. Okay. That we are going to see in the practical. So this is all about the functions. Okay. Let's start. We have seen the built-in function, and in upcoming lecture also we are going to see a many built-in function as well. Doesn't matter. Now we'll start with a user-defined function. So let me take some basic example of functions. So I will write simple class. All we'll do all the things in class and object based only. Okay, we already have a one main class, so we're not going to create some other classes. We have principal as main class. Okay. I will comment this thing. just for understanding, clear understanding of functions. Let me create a simple class, okay, and write some name as a suppose a function demo, simple class. See, what I'm writing here, I'm writing a function. Suppose void test is a function name. Function comes with a round bracket here. So now function type is what? The type of function is void. So void always a print. Okay, sy. So remember this. Okay, it's always print sys. This is a function. Simple. If you are forcefully try to return something here, so it will give error. RETURN. It will show you are using a data type as a void. Void is an empty data type, so it not return anything. See, either it says change the method type to string or something else, or else can make it other data. So whenever there is a void, you can always print. So let me write one more function here. Void, sorry, not void. Suppose integer sqr. Let me have some integer message. Num, let me text anything. So now if you see this, the type is what? Integer. So it asks about return add statement, return statement. Okay. And if you try to forcefully write some print statement, it won't work. Okay, it's working. Okay, not a problem. It always returns something. It not print. Hence, you compulsory need to write a returns. If you try to write only a system.out.println, it won't work. It gives some error. It says that return something because the type is not a void. Okay? So it need a compulsory return statement if you are using other than void data types. Remember this.
Yes, sir.
While calling this kind of functions, you need to have call this function in print statement. Okay. So we have two function now. One is a test, one is a MSG message. So let's call this both the function. I will go here and how can access at that function by creating a object of that function. So let me have fun demo FUNDEMO fun demo. Then okay, create an object f is equal to new fun demo. We have this fine semicolon. Then f dot first function is what? Test. And second is what?
Yes, sir.
Mess.
Yes.
F dot mess. Okay.
Yes.
If I run this both the programs, so we'll get output of only one function. Hmm. There is a console. Okay. Okay, done. No problems. It will return something. Okay. So yeah, this is message of test and this is message of test
Yes,
function.
sir.
We are getting both the things. Of So these are the specification. Understand this with the wide data types and with the return other than wide data types. Whenever there is other than wide data type, that always return something. It's not going to print. Okay, let me add some function here like integer sqr. Second type is a parameterized function. So let me have parameters of integer n. So that means this function need one integer value and it return n into n. Okay. Now if you are trying to call this function in this here, what is the function name? F dot sqr. It needs some parameter. Let me pass some parameter as a 5. If you try to run this file, it's going to run this, but it's not printing something, anything, because this function is written but not get printed, right? So such a type of function you need to call in system.out.println. So you can cut it from here and put it
Yes.
here, right? Now just right click it, run as Java applications, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're getting a type. So user defined function, some other simple with a simple void or return types, some function return, some function print. So those function which have void type which returns, and those function other than void type which returns. Okay. So in the similar manner, you can keep on creating a multiple functions and you can get the answer as well. So remember this. Okay, so these are the types of functions: built-in functions, some user-defined function, some function having a wide data type, some function have other than wide types. Okay, so this type may be anything. Okay, it doesn't always an integer, but based on your need. Suppose you want to do some calculation kind of thing, so use the integer. Sometime it may happen that you are just try to accept some name and all that things. Okay, and any name functions. string string. So now I need some parameter that is also a string kind of, because here you need to specify the types, which type of data you want to accept. It is not just happen that we are just typing the nm, so it will throw error which kind of data type it is. In Python, it will automatically identify it based on the data passed, but now you need to specify it which kind of data type you are using. Okay, and let me is a type of string, so it is not going to print it always return something. So let me write a returns and before that, if you want to add something, you can add welcome plus name, right? Let go here and call that function. So what is the function name? A name. It needs some parameters. Let me add my name here. Suresh. Oh, what's the function name? It's showing error. Okay, it is NAME, right? Not NA and name.
ME.
Just right click it, run as Java application. Perfect. Fine. So if you're observing the function, so these are the all the functions. So this is function known as simple functions or non-parameterized functions. Okay. And void always print. Okay. So this is also the non-parameters, and this is a parameterized function. Param functions. Okay. Other than void, other than void type, always return something. Remember this. Return something. At least zero it returns, but it will return something. Getting all the type, simple type. This is a parameterized functions with return types and this type.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So simple function also can be a parameterized. It is not of like average time it is written something. Suppose I am writing add function here. provide data types. I will take two parameter integer a comma integer b, right? So I can add both the number with the help of this integer answer equal to a plus b, and I will print here because the type is of type void. So sum colon equal to plus answer, right? So now if you try to call this function here in the main class, you can simply call here f dot add into two number, you get the answer. Run applications. Can we sum is 77 at very early. Okay. If you want to change the color of that thing, that also you can do. Just made it as ERR. So ERR is not a function. Let me check. If you are try to go here, it is not a function. It is just a one static print statement.
Yes.
Okay, it's a variable kind of thing. Funny. Okay, fine. So doesn't matter. Now you can make it as ARR and you can just run it as a red color. Okay, getting the functions.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's very important, and we are done with the concept of class and object. Class and object, right? Let me define one problem statement, and that problem statement will be solved by tomorrow. That is with the help of inheritance concept. Just assume that Anya, just try to understand. You got this. Let me share you this screenshot with you because we always need a function. So that's why it is very important to understand the function concept. So I'll share you this thing, the WhatsApp. And now assume that you have created one functions, one class. Within that class, you have created many useful functions. Okay. Who is joining? So this is functions, and let assume one things concept. So now, what is the concept now? Is I've sent. Assume that you have created now one class, right? You created a class. That's for example calculations. So with that class have some functions f1. Some many useful functions are there. Means calculated related part f2. Okay, and assume that these are the function of hundred of lines of code. Yes, here is also the hundred of lines. Okay. Now, what happened in other class also? I will explain detail tomorrow, but try to understand what is the problem statement. There is a one more class. Is there something anything? Suppose sy. Now this is also the class which need same functionality as of fa. So up to now, what we are studying, we are just saying that one class have a function and variable. So he need a same function of like a fa. So that what he do now up to now, he will create a same function of fa, and again he's going to write his 100 lines of code. This is the only option, right? Up to now. Suppose there is a one more class, assume that is also send of py, and it need a same function again. So he is also create the same functions. This thing. He is also write it 100, right? So now this is the advantage also, that is every class having a own function, but it is using a same function, same function. So is there any provision so that we can make a reuse of some other class of function into our class, right? Sometimes we forget the charger of mobile, so we'll take off from friend chargers. Okay, so there is some kind of concept maybe there in programs, should be there, right? If you want to use a same function in different classes. Okay, so this concept is achieved by inheritance.
Inheritance.
Okay, so this concept we are going to see by tomorrow. Yeah, today just
Yes.
practice about the classes, different kind of functions, and with the white type, written type, without written, print, everything. So that the whenever we are going to see some class, we'll understood everything. So this is a class, this is a variable, this is a function, it is a white data type, that's why it is printing. Some function you can find, okay, it is an integer data type, that's why it is a returnings. And to call some return function, we need to use a system.out.println. This is an object, and we are with the help of object, we are calling the function of that classes. Simple. So everything is linked. So in the program, there should be a nothing a new things. Okay. One more thing I will explain about it. See, this is what F is what we can call F as. What is this F
Object.
object? Okay, it's F is our object of class function name. We are using a new keyword. Now just understand the new keyword means we are assigning some memory. Okay. So that means it's holding all the functionalities of the function demo class with this new memory, which having a reference as a f. With the help of this, we are calling these functions. So whenever using a new, that means all the functions have some memory. So this is a kind of some kind of storage which will hold all the function related to this function demo. And with the help of this reference, we are calling that functions. Okay. Only thing that we have studied class, object, and function variables. That's all. Okay. Practice this class, object, function variables. Tomorrow we are going to see the concept of inheritance. That is very important. Okay. Then we'll see the types of inheritance. We'll go the slow by slow as a further. Fine. Not a problem. Sure. Bye bye.